What if I told you that Michael Jackson's most guarded secret wasn't about money, fame, or even Neverland, but about one woman who defined his life more than anyone else? A woman he once called his mother, sister, and lover all in one. For decades, the world whispered about Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. Some said she was only his mentor. Others believed their connection ran far deeper than anyone dared admit. Now, at the age of 81, Diana Ross has finally broken her silence, revealing the truth about their bond, Michael's devotion, and the shocking secrets he carried to his grave. Today, we're uncovering the mysterious relationship between the Queen of Motown and the King of Pop. A story of love, obsession, betrayal, and undying loyalty that Hollywood tried to hide. The first meeting. The year was 1968. Michael was just 9 years old, a small boy in a big world, clinging nervously to his brothers during a Motown event. Surrounded by sharp eyes and powerful executives, he was terrified. And then she appeared, Diana Ross, Motown's brightest star, already adored across America, and the kind of presence that made every room bend toward her. She leaned down, smiled, and softly called him sweetheart. For Michael, that single word changed everything. In that instant, he wasn't just another shy boy lost in the crowd. He was seen. From that moment, Diana became more than a mentor. She was the first person who made him believe he could shine. The Diana Show, 1971. A few years later, millions of Americans tuned in to the Diana Ross Show. On stage, Diana stood radiant as always, and beside her, for the very first time, Michael Jackson. The world thought they were watching a simple performance, but what no one saw was the deep bond forming behind the curtain. Michael wasn't just learning choreography or notes, he was absorbing Diana's very essence. Later, he struggled to explain it. The only words he could find were haunting. She was my mother, my sister, and my lover all in one. It was a relationship the public couldn't define, and Michael himself couldn't escape. The Wiz, 1978. By 1978, Michael was desperate for independence. He wanted to escape the Jackson 5 image and step into his own spotlight. So when the film The Wiz began production, he fought for a role. Critics said he couldn't act. Studio heads doubted him. But Michael didn't care about the reviews. He only cared about one thing. Diana Ross had been cast as Dorothy. And for Michael, that meant he had to be there. On screen, he played the innocent scarecrow guided by Dorothy. Off screen, it was no different. Diana was his compass, his anchor, his world. Whispers quickly spread through Hollywood. Diana was spotted spending nights at Michael's private apartment. Assistants reported seeing them sharing quiet meals away from cameras. Nothing was confirmed, but everyone sensed there was more than friendship in the air. The film flopped commercially, but for Michael, it was a personal victory. For the first time, he wasn't just Diana's little protege. He was her equal, and maybe more. The Ebony Confession, 1982. By the early 1980s, Michael was no longer just a star. He was an international sensation. But beneath the fame, one truth still burned inside him. During an Ebony magazine interview in 1982, a reporter asked who he loved most. The room went silent. Michael lowered his head, then said it clearly, "It's Diana Ross. I love her." The shock was immediate. Then Michael laughed it off, saying he was joking. But if you watch the clip, you can see it, the nervous eyes, the forced smile. It wasn't a joke. It was a confession. Diana herself later admitted that Michael once proposed marriage to her. She turned him down, but the feelings never went away. Diana's marriage and Michael's jealousy, mid-80s. In 1985, Diana Ross shocked the world by marrying Arne Nace Jr. The world celebrated. Michael collapsed. He refused to attend the wedding. He shut himself in his room for days, barely eating, barely speaking. In his memoir Moonwalk, published 3 years later, Michael admitted, I always loved Diana, and always will. That same year, Michael began writing a new song. It was fierce, bitter, and filled with jealousy. He called it Dirty Diana. Officially, it was about obsessive groupies. But fans couldn't ignore the timing. The song dropped just as Diana started her married life. Coincidence? Or was Michael's pain hidden in plain sight? The Shrine Room. Perhaps the most chilling revelation came years later. Visitors to Michael's home spoke of a secret room hidden beside his bedroom. The walls were covered with hundreds of photos of Diana Ross. Candles burned day and night. Some called it obsession, others called it devotion. To Michael, it was his sanctuary, a place where he could love Diana without judgment, without rejection. When the press discovered it, headlines screamed, "Creepy shrine," but Diana never condemned him. Instead, she spoke with affection, saying, "We truly loved each other. He was like one of my children." But was it only maternal love? Or something neither dared to admit? Hidden messages in his music. Michael's songs became coded messages to Diana. Dirty Diana, his anger and jealousy disguised as a rock anthem. Remember the Time, which his brother Jermaine later confirmed was written for Diana. In the music video, Michael played a man trying to please a powerful queen, just as he had always tried to please her in life. Whenever Diana attended his concerts, Michael would remove Dirty Diana from the setlist, out of respect. Imagine that, sacrificing one of his biggest hits just to protect her feelings. That's not just admiration, that's love. Diana in Michael's Will, 2009. And then came the final proof. When Michael Jackson's will was read after his passing in 2009, one name shocked everyone: Diana Ross. If his mother, Katherine Jackson, could not care for his children, custody would go not to his siblings, not to close friends, but to Diana Ross. It was his last declaration of trust, loyalty, and love. Even in death, he wanted his children to be with her. Diana speaks at 81. For decades, Diana Ross remained silent, dodging questions, keeping the world guessing. But at 81, she finally opened her heart. "Michael loved me," she said. "Loved me in a way that's not easy to name. It wasn't fleeting, it was real. Mother, sister, lover, those weren't empty words. He meant them." And then, with a sigh, she admitted, "I cared for him deeply, but to love him the way he loved me, I couldn't. Not because I didn't want to, but because I knew it would destroy him." Her words confirmed what the world had long suspected. Michael Jackson's greatest love story was never with Brooke Shields or Lisa Marie Presley. It was always Diana Ross. Conclusion. So what was Diana Ross to Michael Jackson? A mentor? A mother? A secret love? Or all three? The truth is, she was his everything. She shaped his childhood, inspired his music, haunted his private world, and became the person he trusted most, even beyond the grave. And maybe that's why their story still fascinates us, because it wasn't just about fame or gossip. It was about a man who loved too deeply, and a woman who carried that love quietly for half a century. One thing is certain: Diana Ross wasn't just part of Michael's life, she was his heart. So, what do you think? Was theirs the greatest unspoken love story in music history? Or was it something more complicated? Mentorship, obsession, and devotion all tangled together? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. Because the past is full of secrets, and we're just getting started.